Um, if I asked you to multiply these two things together, could you do that for me?
Yes. Wouldn't you plug the 2a into all those? Or would you?
I just want you to multiply, so it's literally distributing.
Yeah. So you get 6a to the third minus 12 minus. Was that a b? Is that a 6?
It's a 12ab.
Oh. Okay, that'd be that's 6, 12, yeah, 12 a squared, and then just a b.
Uh-huh.
And then you do plus 2 b squared and then an a. Or 8b squared, yeah.
Okay.
So then you would add, wouldn't you add?
Are any of those terms exactly the same?
Oh, no, they're not.
So that's just your answer.
All right.
What about this? Sorry.
Okay, so it's 3x. Is that squared or is that just?
No, it's just 3x.
Okay, so 3x. And you're multiplying them. So is that negative 6x to the second? With
how many
to
x?
the third. With y to the third, and just z to the third.
Okay. So now I'm going to ask you some general stuff. These are special polynomials that you need to know. So if I write can you tell me what this is called? Do you know the name for this?
No.
It's called the difference of squares.
Okay.
Do you remember what the difference of squares actually is?
No.
Okay, so when you FOIL all of this out, it basically goes to this. It's that thing squared, it's that thing squared, and then you subtract the two from one another.
Okay.
That's why it's called the difference of squares, because it's two squares minus one another.
All right.
Okay, so this is how they'll actually ask you the question on the test. They'll say that x minus y is equal to 9. And then they'll say that y squared, I'll do it this way. They'll say that x squared minus y squared is equal to 63. Mm-hmm. And then the question will say, well, what is x plus y?
Okay. So how do I solve that?
Okay, I'm going to show you. So literally, it's a substitution question. This number is the exact same as that, right?
Okay.
Because they're the same thing, right? So I'm going to substitute that in there.
All right.
This number is the exact same as this whole thing, right? Those two things are the same, right? And so the only thing that I don't know is this.
So would you subtract 9 to both sides?
Well, no, don't subtract. What is the 9 doing to that polynomial?
It's multiplying.
It's multiplying. So how do I move the 9 to the other side?
You see 9 times like 7.
Mm-hmm.
You get 63. So your answer is 7.
So this is 7. X plus y is equal to 7. That's actually how you solve it. It's a substitution question.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to give you questions that look just like that.
All right.
Okay, so it's not going to be straight up, well, factor this. It's going to be like apply the rule.
All right.
Okay, so that's the first one that you need to know. Here's the next one. They'll say that x squared plus 2x plus y squared, and this is the way that I can write that shorthand, like this. That's called a perfect square. So this, when you factor it, turns into that. Okay, so this is how they'll ask this question. They will say that x plus y is equal to let's say 72. I'm going to try to make this question up out of my head. No, I don't want to do that. Let's say that that's equal to 8. Let's say x plus y is equal to 8. And then they'll say x squared plus y squared is equal to 40. And they'll want to know what x times y is equal to. Okay?
Okay.
So this is how you do the question. It's, again, it's just substitution. So I can say that why won't it drag it? Hold on. So this, x plus y, is this.
All right.
So you would actually have to do what to it?
Put 8 to square the second, so 16.
What's 8 squared?
64.
So that means that this number
64.
is 64. Oops.
Okay.
And then they have x plus y. And what did they say x plus y was equal to?
40.
So those two things are going to go away. So I'm going to have 40.
And then plus 2xy.
Right?
Yeah. So now, you said you don't subtract
Well, you do. You have to isolate
the 2xy, the xy.
You have to, because that's what they asked me for, right?
So can I add the 2 to the 40? Mm-hmm. No. So I can subtract the 40 to the 64.
You subtract the 40 over.
So I have 2xy equals 24. So then can I divide by 2?
Mm-hmm.
So then divide by 2 and I get 12. xy equals 12, so x equals 12.
See how that works?
But I thought there was an xy, not just an x.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Cool.
See how it's not straightforward? It's not just straight factoring or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally substitution. So you have to find the parts that they have and separate the parts out.
All right. Makes sense.
I am taping this, right? I think so. Okay. Yeah, I'm taping it. All right. Let me give you the last one. And then you're probably going to have to go and get your boy.
All right.
So I just want you to do this question now that we've gone over that, and I'm not going to help this time. So I want to make sure you get it. So they say that x squared plus y squared is equal to 36. And they're saying that x plus y squared is equal to 64.
Okay.
And they want to know the value of xy. Now, can you write the general equation? Do you remember what the general equation says?
Wouldn't the value of xy just be like half?
You have to do the question exactly the way that we just did it, because that's the thing that's going to mess you up. That's why I showed you how to do it. So, do you remember the general equation for it? Okay, You need to write this down because you have to have all 4 of them.
Okay.
Okay? So here's the equation in general. X squared plus 2xy plus y squared is equal to x plus y squared. They're not going to give you that. They expect you to know it.
Okay.
Okay, so now I want you to use that in order to answer the question. We're trying to figure out what this is equal to.
So we will plug in the x, we plug in that in the front, and we still have the 2x. Why? Because that goes in those two right there, am I correct?
Okay, so where am I taking this 36 and plugging it in?
You're plugging it in, well, you're plugging the 64 at the end. Like, so you're going to plug
So,
the 64
so
at the
this
end.
whole thing is now equal to 64,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you have a 2xy, and then you have plus 36.
Good.
Okay, so now you can subtract 36 to both sides. That's 28.
18.
18. Oh my god, sorry.
No, you're right. It's 28. It's 28. It's 28. Mm-hmm.
Okay, then so now you gotta get that 2 by itself. So you divide by 2. So you have 14.
That's the answer. And that's a good place to wrap up because it's 40 after.